Stan Mitten is a real estate guy living large in Los Angeles with what looks like the dream life. He's crazy rich and madly in love with his wife, Mindy. Stan has a creative method of selling homes. Basically, he scams folks out of little bits of money. These sneaky tricks eventually catch up with him, and one day, Stan gets busted for first-degree fraud. After being found guilty, he's told he'll be doing a minimum of 3 years behind bars. Panicked, he begs his lawyer to pay off the judge. The lawyer tries, but all he gets is a 6-month delay before Stan's sentence starts. They throw a phony charity gala to make it look legit, but the guilty verdict holds. After the trial, Stan's lawyer suggests he bolt to Brazil and never return. But with all his accounts frozen, Stan can't even book a flight. So he waits, haunted by the countdown. Each day eats away at him. He becomes obsessed with using his final months wisely. During a dinner date, Mindy brings up having a baby to keep her company. Stan shoots down the idea, fearing the kid could end up in foster care if he dies inside. That response sparks a fight, and Mindy storms out, leaving Stan feeling like trash. He drives aimlessly and ends up in a bar. There, he sees a guy with a prison tat and offers him $10,000 for survival tips. The guy paints a horror show. Guards don't care if you're killed as long as no one escapes. He warns that pretty boys like Stan get attention. Freaked out, Stan listens as the guy tells him to join a prison gang, Nazis, racists, or ethnic cliques. But Stan doesn't belong in any. The man's last tip is brutal. Kill someone fast to earn fear. Stan wakes up hungover, realizing the nightmare talk wasn't a dream. Mindy reminds him he's still prison-bound, but says he always finds a way to win. Fired up, Stan vows to go full alpha mode. He dives into a brutal self-improvement routine, working out and getting a butt tattoo to turn off predators. He joins a karate class, but quickly loses patience with beginner moves and ends up brawling a student. After the mess, he's kicked out. At rock bottom, he meets a bizarre old man called the Master, who punches a wall like it's made of cheese. Seeing his last hope, Stan invites the guy to move in with him and Mindy for training. Mindy's not thrilled. The Master moves in and unleashes chaos. Day 1, he wakes Stan by dumping liver blood on his face. Then he demands Mindy blend a smoothie of ox pancreas and horse tongues. Things only get worse. The Master whacks Stan with flaming sticks, hangs him from skin hooks, and feeds him snakes. Mindy finally snaps, giving Stan an ultimatum. Master goes, or she does. One night, Stan stages a fake break-in to make Mindy feel his fear, but once she figures it out, she loses it. Furious, she packs up and walks out. The Master? Thrilled. With no distractions, he can double the pain. For the next 5 months, Stan gets torn apart in training. He slowly begins to hold his own. His final test? Return to the dojo that booted him, and this time he destroys the instructor. Stan is ready. On sentencing day, his lawyer and the Master drop him off at court. Mindy, though distant, watches from her car. After sentencing, Stan gets bused to prison. On board, an inmate makes a move, but Stan fights back fast, showing his new power. At intake, the warden, Gask, greets them calmly. He warns not to mess with guards, but says inmates can do whatever to each other. The real horror hits during the cavity check. When it's Stan's turn, his tattooed behind horrifies the guards, exactly what he wanted. He's then placed in a cell with Larry. Stan claims the lower bunk immediately. Larry gives him the prison lowdown: a black gang, Mexican crew, Nazis, racists, and a group of nerds who mentally torture others with science talk. Then there's Big Raymond, the block's top predator. Stan soon sees Raymond harassing a freshman. Wanting to send a message, Stan challenges Raymond and beats him down in public using the Master's training. His show of power grabs the attention of Patterson, the Nazi leader, who invites Stan to join. Stan declines by beating him up too. Then the African-American group corners Stan, offended he fought Raymond. Stan tries to joke that he's also black. No one laughs. Their leader orders a beatdown. Stan takes them all out like it's nothing. Guards watch, amused, not intervening. After that, Stan's legend explodes. Inmates now call him Big Stan. Everyone clears the way when he walks. Robbie, a young inmate Stan protected earlier, thanks him. Stan shrugs it off, says he did it for himself. Later, Warden Gask calls Stan in. Turns out Stan wasn't sent here by accident. Gask wants to buy the prison land to build a mansion and needs Stan's real estate know-how. He promises early release if Stan finds flaws in the deal. Curious, Stan agrees. But Gask won't explain how he'll empty the place. Meanwhile, the gangs unite to crush Stan. One day in the shower, Patterson tries to stab him with a razor shiv. Stan is ready. He whips out homemade nunchucks and wins the fight. Patterson is hospitalized. Missing Mindy, Stan calls his lawyer to ask if she sent divorce papers. She hasn't. He feels hope. As he works with Gask, Stan meets Dee, an ex-Vietnamese mobster turned politician, Gask's secret partner. Stan overhears their plan: create chaos to trigger a deadly guard response, forcing a shutdown so Gask can seize the land. Shocked, Stan feels guilty. He decides to protect the inmates. He calls a meeting and lays down rules. No violent games or movies, and sexual assault is banned. Anyone who breaks the rule faces him. The idea seems insane, but the inmates slowly agree. Robbie and others thank him. Stan brushes it off. Even Big Raymond finds a boyfriend, proud to do things the right way. Things shift. Then Stan gets a letter from Mindy. She's open to visiting. The prison culture changes. Conflicts drop. Inmates ask Stan for advice. One day, Mindy visits. They share a warm moment. But it's cut short when Gask barges in, furious over Stan's influence. He threatens Stan, saying Dee will kill him if he doesn't fall in line. Stan turns to his lawyer, who advises surrender. Gask's power is too big. Stan gives up. He tells the inmates he's done helping. Fights start again. Robbie tries to talk sense into him. Stan smashes Robbie's tray and tells him to leave. Even Larry walks away. Stan warns Larry to avoid the fence at noon. Larry, sensing danger, rallies the others. Meanwhile, Gask plans to incite a riot during a tour for the prison board. While Stan distracts the board with a failed parole hearing he tanks on purpose, Gask tries to spark violence near the fence. As chaos builds, Stan runs to warn the others, but Dee blocks him. He reveals he trained under the Master too. A brutal fight breaks out. Dee dominates at first, but Stan rallies and wins. He rushes to the yard as inmates gather near the fence, ready to riot. But instead of fighting, they break into a Mexican dance routine. Everyone is stunned. Gask, enraged, pulls a gun and fires into the air. Board members freak. Gask spirals, and they vote to remove him. Before he can retaliate, Mindy appears, now a trained fighter herself. Turns out she spent 6 months with the Master. She saves Stan just in time. Jump ahead 3 years, Stan finally leaves prison. As he walks out, inmates gather to say goodbye. Even Patterson reveals a tattoo of Stan's face on his belly. Outside, Mindy and the Master wait. Mindy introduces their 3-year-old daughter. A fresh start begins for the Mitten family.